Turn on the gas, light up the flame. Time to melt some glass, my friend. There you are, here I am to explain, to teach, and create again. Time for that ever-loving pyromaniac glass blower, Lucian Libby. Yay! Okay. I did a nice pig demo earlier today, but it didn't show up because of the noise, because not of this noise that you hear now, but when I turned on a fan, the fan blew and you would hear nothing but, you know how you hear when wind hits the microphone. But anyway, I'm going to do another one just for you guys. I'm going to use, this is probably 10 mil for the body and the head. Oops. Next icicle made. Well, not made, but going to be made from. I'm going to get some 10 mil rod. Well, not 10, some 5 mil or 6, one of the three, to do the tail and legs with. I'm going to use this 10 mil rod in my left hand to make the body and the head with. Okay. The pig is fairly simple in some respects, in that you just do a round body and a round head with a flat snout and pointy ears, and you should look somewhat like a pig, if you get the drift. Now, when you start doing a piece, you'll finally figure out which is up, which is down, which is front, and which is back, just for geometry's sake and knowing where you're going to put legs, head, tail, so on and so forth. Okay? It turns out simple in some respects, and you don't even have to think about it sometimes. But in the beginning, it never hurts to think in the X, Y, Z factor. And you're doing a three-dimensional object, so you got to know where your front is, where the back is, and where you're going to put legs, tail, and so on and so forth. Right? Okay. With me so far. There's the head. Looks like a nice head, doesn't it? Now, I'm going to give it some blue eye Millie, which I just did a whole bunch of Millie. Anyway, go out just a little bit, round it down, and what I do with that little swirl there, I call it the DQ swirl. And the reason I do that DQ swirl is, you ready for this? You know those nice long thin strands that are all over your table? That will eliminate a whole bunch of them, because instead of pulling off and making a strand and pulling off and making a strand, all you're doing is heating it off and doing that DQ swirl, and it melts back into itself, and you're not having all those little strands of glass all the way around. Simple way to do ears. Add a nice blob. Make sure it's not just stuck on, but sealed to it. Add another one. Make sure it's sealed on, fused well. Okay. Hopefully I'm finally getting somewhere. I should have these two up by noontime today. And I'll do another couple of them tomorrow and another couple on the next day. Just because I can. Now those don't look like pig ears. What's wrong with that? Oh yeah, I know what's wrong. And I was saying that purposefully. Now to make them pig ears, all you have to do is, now they are rounded, but you heat up that whole round again, touch to just the center of that ear, pull up, and pull it forward a little bit. Oops. Sometimes you got to make that thin strand, but sometimes you can get away without doing that thin strand. You know what I mean? Heat, heat, touch, pull forward. Now, let's see here. I don't know if this is green or blue or, oh, I'll just use some Millie here. And it's all too thick. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. This will do. Take it down, especially just for this. What you're going to do with this Millie is touch it to, hold it on, make sure it's welded on well, nip it back and forth, and it should snap right off. There's one eye. Touch it to, let it cool a little bit, bend it back and forth, and there you go. Eye two. They're pretty centered, that's good. Now, we're going to go ahead and do some front legs. I'll use this, I want to say it's 5 mil rod. Okay. Now on the front legs, I usually just make a long stick, not a long stick, but a stick. Just a straight stick towards the front and curve it just a little bit forward. That gives it more stability for the base, for the legs themselves. Make sure where you seal legs to a body that they're not just two pieces of glass stuck together, but two become one piece of glass, basically. That'll stop all that cracking and stressing out you have sometimes with your glass. Okay? So far, so good. Now the back legs, I usually do an L bend to these things. And I heat, pull back slightly. And you can see the L bend already there. You go down about less than a quarter of an inch below that L and pull. D2 swirl I do. And you got leg 1 and back. Next, same deal. Making sure you're sealing or fusing the glass together, making one piece of glass for the leg. Heat it up a little bit, take it out, bend it forward, let it cool slightly, go back in, less than a quarter of an inch, pull it off, and there you go. Okay. You ready with that? I'm going to push those legs just a little bit more forward. Not it stuck, but nothing terrible. Let it cool, let it cool, let it cool. Bend it back and forth. It should break off without breaking off the leg. Come on, come on. There we go. And there's a cool way, or the way that I make 4 legs stand on it so they're not rocking. It's a simple way, I guess, in some respects. First, you heat and flatten just like the back 2 legs. Okay? Make sure they're even. Then, let me bring that leg a little bit more forward. It looks like it's tilting back. And it looks like it needs a little bit more added to it. Just a little. Just a little. This is where the addition and subtraction come in, but you can do it real quick and easy. Now, you've got the back 2 sort of the way you like them. Now you're going to heat up the front 2. I'll tilt them forward just a little bit more. Oh, you know it. Where I've got this rod, it's eating me. Okay. The idea is, first to tilt, or again, the front back legs. Make sure they're nice and even the way you like it. Then you heat up the front legs so they're a little on the molten side. Touch the back 2 and then press it down so that the front 2 also touch. And there you got the 4 legs. They should be quite even. I'm going to put 2 toes on each little pitty. Now, last but not least, having a nice tail to tail, right? Literally. The corkscrew tail. Oops. Putting our cooking hands in that all over. Okay. Hold well the nose. Heat up the tail. But what I'm going to do is pull it straight out and then once it starts to cool, then I start curling it slightly. There you go. Now those eyes are a little big, but they will do the trick. Tweezers. Tap off from the cold weld. Now is a good time to make sure the nose is flat. And you could add the 2 nostrils. You could have done that earlier, but I was going to put a cold weld there. Just dimples for the nostrils. And there you go. 1 little pitty. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm glad that I finally got it to you to where it's working. Enjoy your day.